I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Sitting here today with my guy Rio and special. I was going to say special, special fill-in co-host Miles, or AKA Miley.
Danny G running out them personal days.
Yep, personal vacation. He's burning it all. Special guest on today.
Yes, indeed.
I do believe it is one Tyler Kraft?
Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft. I apologize. Tucker Kraft. South Dakota State. I'll just kick her over to you there, Rio.
Yeah. How's it going today, Tucker?
Doing good.
Heck yeah. How's the weather out there? We're here in Iowa, and it's breezy and cooler.
Well, it's breezy and cold here too. Just the sun just came out, so a little warmer.
Yes. So we'll just kind of kick it off. When did you start playing sports as a kid?
Oh, I started in middle school. We came from a very small area, so we didn't have any of those youth organizations that you could get into prior to middle school. So that was the start of my athletic career. Was middle school, where I created a deep love and bond for athletics. Basketball, track, and football. Those were my three. We didn't have wrestling. We didn't have baseball. Very, very small school. So that's where I started.
Okay. Which one did you said track, football. Which one did you really love the most?
I like track a lot. I like the individuality that it had to it. You had to hold yourself accountable more than anyone else.
Sure.
Okay.
But then the athletic side of track carried to football. They were only just a few months away, May to August. So I learned that all your sports cross paths. As long as you're training, you're never doing the wrong kind of training. So regardless of what sport I was in, I always saw it as a potential benefit for my next sport. So I really like track. I had opportunities to play collegiately for basketball as well, but football was always my thing. That was always my best sport.
Okay. So I do believe one of my guys here was telling me that you had was it a buzzer beater, half court?
I think I saw a video of a half court shot in basketball.
Yes. That was my junior year of high school, yeah.
Okay. Shocked? Do you just fling it up, or you had full faith that it was going in?
I mean, I inbounded it, and then I was running up the court, and the point guard was double teamed, so I just yelled for his name, and I shot it about 5 to 10 feet, even further on the other side of the half court line. It left my hands, and it was nothing but net. It might have hit the back of the rim, but hardly.
Yeah.
As it kept flying closer and closer to the rim, I thought, this is going in.
I like it. Hell yeah. So, well, that being said, what town was it that you were from? You said you were from a small town.
Yep, so I'm from Timberlake, South Dakota. That is just west of the Missouri River. The Missouri River cuts South Dakota right in half. I grew up on the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe. So, very small area, right on an Indian reservation. Nearest fast food joint's 45 minutes away.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Not sports related, but living that close to the river there, do you go catfishing?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely doing well over there. The small town. I'm sure there was some fishing being done like that, and all kinds of outdoorsy stuff too, right? So no wrestling though. My man here to the right is a big old wrestling connoisseur, so that probably hurt his heartstrings a little bit, right?
Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit.
Just a tad bit. That being said, when you started getting, well, we'll make it a 2-part question. When did you start getting recruited? And then when you did, what were some of the offers that were coming in?
So my recruitment didn't start until the summer going into my senior year. So it was, I had a Division II offer or two in the spring of my junior year, but I didn't get any substantial Division II offers until after prospect camp I had done at South Dakota State. And then a few days after that camp, I was offered by Coach Stig to play for the Jacks. And then after committing a week or so later, I started getting some attention from FBS schools during the fall of my senior season. So I picked up an offer from Wyoming. Iowa State looked at me for a little while. I'd collect mail from Montana, but that was the basis of my recruitment. Very, very short.
Okay.
And that was it.
Yeah, it sounds like you said you committed to South Dakota State relatively early. Is that right?
I was the first commit in my class, yes.
Okay.
So the homegrown feel of that is what probably also helped with that one too, correct? I mean, like especially camp getting you obviously talked to him and he basically offers you up like right away. That probably felt pretty damn good, and you already had a loyalty base right there, correct?
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about college athletics, I guess, until I decided I wanted to play. I didn't. At the time, Dallas Goddard was an all-star at South Dakota State, and you could ask me who that was, and I had no idea. I had no attention towards college athletics unless I was sitting down to watch a national championship of some sort. But I really wanted to play college basketball, and then when I had the chance to play football, I spent all of that time in the weight room.
Sure.
Working really hard to earn a spot on someone's roster right before all this camp started. But, yeah, it was real exciting when Coach Stig offered me right away.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Felt like
so those
everything. All right, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. So those camps are pretty damn important then, right?
Yeah, they are legit. Then they'll get you a shot too.
So this is no bullshit actually. On Friday, I'm taking my oldest son to Red Oak, Iowa. There's a football camp down there, and in the the description of this camp, it says there'll be recruiters there and this, that, and the other, and most likely be at least talking. So sometimes you wonder if that stuff's true, but like whatever you're reading. But you saying that right there is at least bare minimum. At least it does happen. So,
well, if you take your son to a prospect camp this summer at South Dakota State, there's going to be dozens of Division II coaches there from separate programs, all in the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, like such as Northern, Mankato, Upper Iowa, teams like that. And then, of course, South Dakota State's coaches will all be there as well. So,
oh hell yeah, I appreciate that.
Just a heads up.
I appreciate that.
Heck yeah. So I saw some stats for high school football. Can you touch on how your high school career went, any accolades you had, and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I was a running back in high school. My senior year, well, my junior year I was as well, but I was also kind of like a wildcat QB. I think my junior year I went for about 1,500 all-purpose yards and like almost 30 touchdowns. But 9-man football is a different breed. You're playing against kids that are sometimes seventh graders, depending if they can even fill up a bus to take the kids down there to play.
Gotcha.
a lot of people say that's not real football, but here I am today whipping guys' asses now. So
No, I appreciate it.
yeah.
I respect the hell out of 30 touchdowns. I'll give a shit who
Hell
you line
yeah.
up there.
Well,
yeah,
My freshman, like I was just saying, I was talking about my freshman son. My freshman son steps in the way of me. I might be able to truck over him, but he's still gonna trip me up at the end of the day. Regardless, it's still football.
well, not to be the I don't know where I'm going with that, but what I was going to say is we when I was in high school, we played a football team, and we went down there, and they didn't have enough people on their team, so they asked if they could borrow a couple of our players.
Okay.
They still beat us.
How embarrassing.
and they were on the line.
So you're a two player. How many of your players they borrowed? Like, hey, we're on the winning side, dude.
It was not a fun bus ride.
Okay. But
How'd the basketball season go? You like to play basketball as well? How'd that end up?
yeah, I like basketball. I like crashing the boards, throwing it down a time or two each game. I always miss basketball. I can't watch any high school basketball without thinking I could coach them better. But that's one thing that'll always be a passion of mine is. So my major is really childhood education, but I would like to be a superintendent principal and then get my coaching certificate.
Okay.
So that's all a plan, depending on how far this football thing can take me. I would like to ride it out to the furthest possible option, but my passion is children and ensuring that their lives are better because of me. But
That's awesome.
yeah, basketball was always fun. I love the bus rides. I love the early morning practices, the ladders.
you like the ladders?
Run until you couldn't feel your feet anymore. Just stuff like that.
Okay.
Just out here competing,
So I'm with you on the field of the basketball. Like I'd sit there and like I can get lost literally shooting a basketball for hours. I really can. Like now I'm not as jacked about like doing the ladders as you are, but shooting the basketball, I'm all about that business. I could lose myself in that for sure.
Heck yeah.
But so you said that your passion is obviously kids and the thought of coaching too down the line, which is awesome because there's always a shortage now. I mean, it seems like there's less and less people for coaching, that is. So that's awesome.
Heck yeah. And you were also running track. How did your seasons running track go?
I had a good track career. I ended up throwing my senior year. Also maintaining like one of the faster 100 or 200 meter sprint times. But my track coach is also the guy that got me in the weight room, the guy that coached me through football. So I enjoyed the time I got to spend with him very much. He was also a college athlete. He did track and he did football for an NAI school, Dakota State University. So he had a vast amount of knowledge in the field of athletics, and he still lets me know every single day that I'm not tapped out of my potential, that there's so much more that I could give to the sport of football than I already have.
Heck yeah, man. There's just some stuff that jumps out on tape, and watching a little film. So ultimately, you committed to South Dakota State. Can you talk on what you had to do to prepare for that kind of football out of high school?
That next level.
Yeah, the next level. What did you have to do? What did you have to do to your game? You already said you were in the weight room. What else did you have to do to get ready?
Well, I was pretty gifted genetically, I would say as well. Going into my senior year, I was 6'4", 245. So then inherently, by the time my senior season was over and it was time for me to be with the Jacks in the summer, June 2019, I'd already grown an inch and added 10 pounds. So I was excited to get started. I was always here, and I've always been here physically. It was just the mental part that was really straining on a kid who came from a 9-man field. There's 4 extra people, and they're a lot faster and a lot bigger and a lot smarter than you.
Yeah.
So it was really tough. It took me until November, December of my redshirt season to figure out how to play football again. There wasn't really any preparation that I could have taken.
Yeah,
I think what happened, and I'm a better athlete now because of it.
But having
Heck yeah.
all that was probably really good motivation, though, right?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Heck yeah. So let's break it up a little bit. Who would you compare yourself on the field to as an NFL player right now? Who do you think you best
Professional.
resemble?
So my fangirl moment is, and at this point will always be, George Kittle. I guess Kittle
Hey,
is someone I idolize.
we called that.
Iowa native, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
we know who
Yeah,
George Kittle is.
He's doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, and I admire him about that because I feel like the tight end position now is just shifting to guys who couldn't even push their own grandmothers off their walkers. You know, it's but I think tight ends are getting soft, and it takes guys like Kittle to reaffirm the population that we can catch balls, but we can also put Pro Bowl D linemen on their backs, and then laugh about it. So he's my favorite tight end in the league right now. I think Kelsey's smooth. Tanyan's a good one as well.
Yep.
Higby, Hawkinson, Waller. I could just keep going, but I don't have a favorite team. I have a favorite position. I love watching tight ends play ball.
So that was going to be, I was going to roll right into that one. You touched on that, and that is today's tight end. What they're trying to turn him into is basically, wide receiver diva, But then you have some of that old school throwback of like, hey, I have no problem laying someone on their ass. So my question was going to be like, hey, you have no problem getting physical on that line too, even when the play isn't designed to be thrown your way.
Yeah, it was kickoff return against Southern Illinois. The spring of it'd been my redshirt freshman season. I guess technically I didn't lose any eligibility. I guess the fall was still my redshirt freshman season, but I tried to just make a cut, and I just kept running horizontal, and I never heard the end of it from my teammates. They were telling me just to run through someone's face. So, so that's what I did. The very next time I had the ball, it was 4 verts. I was going up the sideline against cover 3, low corner, caught a side pocket, got vertical, and I picked up the corner safety, and I buried his face mask in the dirt. And that was the moment I realized that I had made it, and to throw me the football more, because there was like a weird thing going on. I noticed in that season in the spring where I would make like a big play. I'd catch like a 30-yard football or break one or something, and then immediately after that, one of our wide receivers would score a touchdown. But that happened at least 3 or 4 times, and I only had 7 receptions that spring, so it seems like a pretty good theme. But yeah, I think the tight end position has evolved. I think guys are getting faster.
Yeah.
I think I'm really fast, and I play a lot of flex style, break the set tight end positions, and I do my thing with the receivers and one-on-ones, and I think I'm a good route runner. But nothing. I would rather pick up a grown-ass man, push him 5 to 7 yards, and lay him on his back, and wish him good night than catch a 5-yard hitch.
Yes,
I freaking
there's
love
more
it,
pride in that.
Dude.
I love blocking to the whistle. That's what the coaches brought me here for, is because I'm nasty, and they're only going to get more of it.
I love every second of that.
Hell
Love
yeah.
every damn second of that right there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, there is not. I would have to say there's not. There can't be a better feeling than that. Knowing that you literally took out another man, another human being. Like, yeah, someone can catch pass, but you know what? Not everyone manhandles somebody else either, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, taking someone where they don't want to go is
Uh,
patrol.
So one of my typical go-tos on this is I'm huge into knowing what is your pregame ritual. Now, whether it's a ritual or whether it's something listening, maybe you have to listen to music, read a book, take a nap, whatever, before your performance. What does Tucker have to do?
So my pregame song is either Bulls on a Parade or maybe Limp Bizkit or something. I like metal. I'm a metalhead when it comes time to get dirty. Then walk on the field with a white monster.
Yeah.
On the 50-yard line, and on the 50-yard line to the sideline or in one of the end zones, just sit down, relax, and have a good old stretch, and then I just pretty mellow.
So I'm envisioning this now. You're rocking out to "I'm gonna break
Know Your
someone's
Enemy?
face tonight."
Yeah.
I pack a chainsaw.
You did say white monster, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. So when energy drinks kind of were still getting up, it was what, Red Bull, regular Monster, something else.
Nas.
Yeah, exactly. Or whatever. All those. I wasn't into energy drinks at all. And then a buddy of mine introduced me. He's like, yeah, I know you don't like the tinge of them, but this is a hell of a lot different, hell of a lot better. And he introduced me to the White Monster how many ever years ago, and ever since then, hooked.
Heck yeah.
So I'm right up that alley with you.
I also don't mind Celsius. Those aren't too bad either. I like those.
Okay, yeah, I drink some of the water packets of those. They're not too bad.
Yeah.
So
Can't usually find them in cans around here.
So over the years, what is the best advice from any coach you have had?
Oof. So my old tight ends coach, his name was Luke Schleissner. He now coaches for Idaho. He went with Coach Eck. Coach Eck's the head coach there now, and then he's the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. But Jim Langer was a Hall of Famer for the Dolphins. He played for the Jackrabbits, and he said getting off the ball is pure concentration and desire. So every single time we'd leave the meeting room, he would say that, and it's ingrained in the back of my skull. So finishing to the echo of the whistle after you get a hold of someone at the snap of the football is just the line is getting off the ball is about pure concentration and desire, and that's the best advice that I've ever been given.
I like it. There
Yeah.
we go. So you were part of. I didn't really think about that at the time. It kind of dawned on me now. For South Dakota State and for actually a high majority of them, North Dakota State, obviously a huge time rival for you too. But that being said, you guys went through the weird during COVID. It was a little bit weirder for even for your guys' conference because you guys turned it into spring ball. Did you not? If I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah.
We went from the spring immediately into the fall, and man, we felt it.
That was an adventure, I guess, at that. And then what are your goals for this upcoming season?
This point.
Yeah, so hold on. I do take that back. So I do not fully take it back. I do want to know your goals and then what your guys' team goals are too, both.
Team goals 1-0. It doesn't matter if it's just 6 seconds at a time. I mean, you really got to break that down 1-0. I mean, people say it so loosely. When I say 1-0, I'm thinking my first step on this down block progression, or my release against this corner, my versus zone man. Like what am I doing? And then winning for 6 seconds at a time between the whistles. So it's just the formula is really simple, and I think people over exaggerate it too much. It's when you can slow the game down to the point where I can now, you can really hone in on, okay, well, this is mid zone, we're taking the count to the mic, it's a 2-backer box, blah blah blah. Like, you can think about that from the 4 seconds between you calling the huddle and lining up in your position and then motioning across the formation. You can really be selective in how you approach things. But team goals 1-0. I don't want to be on a program that's poorly coached. So that's why I'm a firm believer that a lot of FCS coaches are a lot better coaches than FBS coaches. In FBS programs, a lot of times you have to know someone who knows someone to get a job, and that doesn't always turn out great. But in FCS programs, you're getting coaches that have built their way up from positions in D2 schools, NAIA schools, D3, GA, long amounts of time, and now they're here, and they're right on the fringe of being very successful coaches, while also learning their own craft still and applying what they know to some young men. So,
dude, that is a very, very good take.
Yeah.
On coaches.
Absolutely.
100% agree. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it like that, honestly. But yeah, so I've heard stuff like that, obviously, in the past when it comes to, like, definitely the NFL. I didn't think of it quite like the college level, but absolutely, that makes 1,000% sense.
There might be a pretty extensive interview process to get a wide receiver job at South Dakota State, but if you wanted to apply for a job at, say Iowa, for instance, you wanted to apply for a job at Iowa, and there's 450 applicants looking to take that position, they're gonna cut the foam off the top and leave it around 100. Then at that point, they're gonna look at accolades, resume, and then from there on, they're gonna go, well, who knows this guy? Mm-hmm. And from that point, I that's just from conversations I've had with other coaches, but
okay,
I believe it to be real.
Yeah,
absolutely,
it makes sense to me.
It doesn't matter what I think, though. So,
it does on this show.
Hey, guess what?
It does on this show.
You damn right.
Damn right.
So now, what for Tucker? What's your goals? What are you trying to do this next season?
This next season, I want to be the best possible tight end I can be. I've worked a lot with my feet in the run game. I had one drop in the entirety of spring ball. So that's something I was trying to clean up too, because I had 7 last season on 65 targets, and that was 65 receptions and 7 drops. It's still too much. I want to be my biggest coach, so that whatever it takes, I guess I just want to be the best tight end in the nation. And if it's my time to come out next year, it's my time. If not, then I'll sit back and have a chance at winning another national championship. But I just want to be the best.
I love it.
Heck yeah, man! I love the mindset, everything you kind of got.
I'm obviously hugely big on the confidence too. I'm all about people's confidence, and I'm digging what his is. Are you rolling into what I think you're about to roll into there, Rio?
Yeah, you know it.
You got to be your biggest fan, so.
But you also have to be your biggest critic too.
Yeah,
you can't soften that.
Yeah.
Let me roll with one question.
Okay, go
ahead.
If you were to get drafted today, what team would you want to be saying your name?
Oh, that's tough too. I never really had. Do I think that there are tight ends right now that if I were to come out of college football that I could take their spot in a season?
Yeah. Let's go with that this year. On Thursday when the draft starts, what team do you think would you want to be drafted by that you could help the most?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I think I would want to get drafted into a team that has an old tight end. Like Tanyan was drafted. I don't know if he was drafted directly into the Packers, but he gets to sit behind Mercedes Lewis. He's 38 years old. He's had a great career.
Yeah.
But he's an amazing run blocker. You get to sit behind a tight end like that and be in the meeting room with him. He's a lot of times young guys get in the league and they get set up by failure for people whose spots they're chasing. But Green Bay runs a lot of 12 personnel, 2 tight end personnel. So I think there's just way too many instances in where guys get caught up and they want to be the guy right away. But if we look at people like Patrick Mahomes, who sat behind Alex Smith for a year, and now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, the most highly paid, we see that it pays off to be patient.
For sure.
I had to be patient. COVID made me patient. Now I'd like to go ahead and take someone's starting job, but I know that's just not how it's going to happen, and I hope it doesn't happen like that, because I would like to sit and learn, and but if it happens to be that it's my time to jump in there and
You know what? I'm going to be selfish here, and I'm going to say the Cowboys.
You son of a bitch!
And take them.
No. So
Right.
no. I'm jacking this from you. I was gonna go ahead and say, you look damn good in purple and yellow, baby. Skull.
Get out of here.
Conklin.
Yeah. Well,
I was a huge Jason Witten fan, so Cowboys earn my respect through him. But
but the Vikings have you calm down over there, Rio.
Get out
Vikings
here.
have an open spot with Tyler Conklin. No, with him walking, right?
Irv Smith.
The Rams.
No, hold on. They also. I don't know how Kevin O'Connell is going to go. They run heavy 12 personnel, and they love their second tight end also, especially in the run block, which this man loves to do too. So
Cowboys do as well. So hey, man, it'd work out.
yeah.
wherever.
Either way, it'd still be awesome regardless.
I love the mindset. You know, I saw some of the tape, the film, and going up and getting the ball in the hands. I love it all. Well, we're going to move on to kind of a looser segment. We call it Rio's Randoms. It's just 3 weird, random questions, lighthearted. We're all going to answer it. Just kind of a fun deal. We have all our guests participate in. Going to get some feelers out there for other people that are listening.
Yeah.
So here we go. You know what time it is. It's time for Rio's Randoms tonight.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Bo's Power Washing out of Belmont, Iowa. Make sure you hit them up at 641-903-1720. He'll clean your gutters, power wash, mow, weed eat. Spring is here, so make sure to hit him up and get all your needs taken care of.
Get that property looking beautiful.
Tonight, first up, if you have to get one tattoo on your face, what are you getting?
No shit.
Tucker, if you got to get a tattoo, what are you getting? On your
do
face.
I get a teardrop?
There you go. Yeah.
Will people mess with me if I have a teardrop tattoo underneath my eye?
No, man, they're going to start going the other way a little bit.
Right,
Maybe they do a head nod and just kind of steer the other way.
There you go. Miles, what are you getting?
I like it.
Come back.
Okay. Jimmer, what do you got?
Come back. Man, the teardrop is pretty right there. I like the Thug Nasty part of this.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Well, if I already have a tattoo on my face, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter how big or small the damn thing is, right?
Right.
It is what it is at that point. Maybe an Iron Man mask, half.
Half of one.
Half of Iron
Actually,
Man
that's
mask.
kind of badass.
Yeah.
I was going to say Batman myself.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if you've seen any of the ones, especially like what was that? Endgame, or not Endgame? Sorry, the second one, Infinity War, when he's getting like and he's fighting Thanos on the planet or whatever,
Yeah.
and like his stuff is like falling apart.
Oh,
like
yeah,
have
yeah,
it like
yeah.
that, like it's showing like the mask, like yeah, yep. That's
That
where
would
I'm
be
going.
pretty cool. I was going to say like a Batman mask.
Batman
like
mask.
half of that.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty good one. What do you got, Miles?
I would just get a third eye.
Third eye. Have you seen Strange Wilderness when he gets eyeballs tattooed on his eyelids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third eye.
That's crazy. You find out you're dying tomorrow. What are you going to do today with your time that you got?
Dude, that one's tough.
I
Like,
know.
do I get selfish or do I spend time with my family? Like,
Right, I know. So
which way are you going, Tucker?
Oh, I don't know. Probably family.
Yeah. Yeah, I think damn it. You've
only got that's so I think
Yeah.
we've done this one where we had a week to live.
Yeah.
And it was a little easier than 24 hours.
Yeah,
so.
24 hours. It's got to be rocket with my family.
Well, I'm gonna just
Now, if they didn't want to be around, they didn't want to see old pops go. Yeah, we're getting stupid then.
I'm just gonna live it like a normal day. I don't want them to know I'm going out.
Aw,
Yeah.
Miles getting soft over
he's
there.
getting real softy over there. Okay.
Yeah, I think I gotta spend it with my boys and my wife for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, that was a little simpler. You need to crank it up over there a little bit.
Yeah. All right, and my last one. Who would you rather block, and which one do you think that you would actually have a chance against? J.J. Watt or Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald.
Get Miles, what the hell?
Just so I could say I touched him.
There you go. Okay. All right. We got a Rams fan over there. Tucker, who do you think? You go in the league. Who you taking? Who do you think you can take?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think either way, like from a statistical standpoint, they both got like 45 pounds on them. So
Aaron Donald's going to be off the ball before you even blink.
Okay, Rams
Yeah,
fan. We're going to
and
have to
all
shut the
those
Rams
guys
fans' mic off.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what he did. Did you just catch what Tucker just said?
What we say?
What'd you say, Tucker? Repeat that again.
I said, yeah, but I would know the snap count.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Watt because I like. If it were to be anyone, I think I'd want it to be JJ because I like the trio that they got, those three brothers in the league, and maybe he'd want to have some conversations after he beat me up.
Okay, yeah. What do you think, Jimmer?
Dude, I feel like, and I'm not. So Miles over there is a Rams fan, so I'm not trying to get his head all big. But I think I would get like literally killed by Aaron Donald. Like that's. And I'm not saying JJ can't do the same damn thing. So it's one hell of a monster too. But I feel like JJ would be like, he has a little more of that. After he spanks your ass, like he's real nice about it afterwards. You know, like he'd invite you over or whatever to have some, you know, maybe even have dinner at his house or something. I'm going to go JJ. Yeah, that's the way I'm going.
Yeah, me too. Maybe he hurts his elbow on the snap, and maybe I can get in front of him for a split second longer. I don't know. He's still going to run me over regardless.
Yeah. So we're all in consensus that we're all going to get probably laid out. We're not actually beating them.
Yeah, dude, I might not. They have to cart me off if Aaron Donald gets his hands on me, probably.
Yeah.
And that, folks, is what we have for Rio's Randoms today. Make sure to hit up our guy, Kevin Beauchart. He'll get you hooked up.
And then my final question for the part of the interview would be, I asked you what you do to pregame and all that stuff. I would like to know what you do to, like, when you're not doing or thinking or anything football. Like, what do you do to kick your feet up?
I'll put some music on and do some homework. I guess I'm really into fitness and that whole industry, that side of things. So really big in mobility, taking care of my body, eating right. I have a fully functional, like, furnished garage gym, so we also spend a lot of time in there, like doing rehab and prehab and things like that. But I just like hanging out with my friends. We go do random stuff. We'll go bowling. We'll go to a movie. We'll play some, like, spike ball or
Heck yeah.
just stuff like that. We got a $50 basketball hoop in our backyard. We play on. We'll invite friends over. We make s'mores or something. I don't know. We just
hang out?
We like hanging out with each other. Yeah, these are my brothers.
Heck yeah.
There we go.
So before we do let you go, getting to compete on a football team at the next level outside of high school, going to college, getting education paid for and such is a privilege. Not everybody gets to do it. Could you just speak and mention anybody that's helped you along the way and get you to this part of your journey and has helped you get here?
Yeah, I really am doing this all probably through my dad's legacy. He was my size, leaner, but running a 4.43 and high jumping 6'8" and doing all this kind of stuff. He was 3-time All-American wide receiver tight end. Constantly, every day, people telling me how much I look like him. He passed away in 2013. I was just 12. So that's my biggest push right there. Is I'm not doing this for me. I'm not getting up at 4:45 in the off season to work out for me. I'm doing it for my teammates. I'm doing it for my friends and family. I'm going to set my children up with generational wealth. That's my goal. other people, my two older brothers, my mom's cool as hell, my stepdad, all the coaches that I've had that have put me where I am now. Those are all the people that I'm extremely grateful for.
That's awesome. Number one, Paul, sorry for the loss of your father. I don't know the man, obviously, but I'm gonna venture a guess that the man is pretty proud of what he's seen of his son going up to this point and going forward. That being said, Miles had actually brought that up too when we were kind of looking up some of your stuff, right? And I assume, what was your father's name?
Doug. Doug Kraft.
Doug Kraft. Okay, so that was.
So it must be one of his brothers.
Go ahead.
Was it one of your brothers that got an award for a track triple?
That was my younger cousin Hank. Yeah, he's a real good athlete too. He's going to Division II school in Aberdeen, South Dakota, called Northern State University. He's going to play running back.
Okay. Right on.
Yep, he's a state champ triple jumper. He's going to take the state champ in long jump this year. He's a really talented athlete. And
okay, that's good.
if God could have put him in a 6'2" body, that guy he'd be playing in a Power 5 school. I have never seen someone that naturally gifted.
Yeah.
Aside from height, but
yeah, wow.
That sounds like it just runs in the damn family. Is what it
Talent
sounds
runs in
like.
the family.
So he already mentioned this earlier too. He even said it, like there's some damn good genes going on here. So it definitely runs in the family by the sounds of it here.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I did want to ask before we let you go. What is Eat Beef? I believe I saw that on your Instagram.
Yep. So I'm part of the South Dakota Beef Association.
Okay.
It is my partnership with them. I grew up in a small ranching community. I did that until my father passed away. We sold all of our cattle, and then my brother bought back in after he graduated college. But I'm a firm believer that beef is the centerpiece of our ancestral nutrition. There's so much that can be done with beef. Their amino profiles and recovery, just the raw protein you can get from just a simple serving. But beef is a staple point in my diet. I got a deep freeze full of it in my garage. Something I eat every day, 1.5, 2 pounds of it every day. Keeps you light, keeps you lean, and red meat's the way. So
you're not getting any naysay over here.
Hell
we
no.
definitely agree. But I just saw that. I thought it was interesting. I wanted you to touch on a minute. We do appreciate your time tonight. Interview running a little long, but that's all right. Got to know you. Things about you. It's been very interesting.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll get this up. It'll be out on anywhere you can find podcasts later this evening and up on YouTube here in a few days. Hey, man, we wish you all the luck in the future. Look forward to you in the NFL draft. That's going to be right around the corner for you, I feel, as well. And good luck this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Wish you the best of luck on your upcoming season. Highly impressed. And, I wish you all the success in the world, my man.
thanks, guys. Bye.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good young man right there. That's
He
definitely Midwest grown, like everything you'd tell. Just like
definitely. He knows where he's going, where he wants to go.
them
Very
farm
cool.
hands.
Yeah.
Them farm hands, baby. All right. So, Miles,
What's up?
you knocked that one out of the park. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'm not even mocking you. I'm being dead serious.
I'm not even mocking you.
Not even mocking you. Sometimes I have to let people know, like, I'm being serious. Like, hold on. I know I say a lot of smart ass shit and, sarcasm, but not bad, Miley. Not bad, little buddy. Except for breaking my pen, you piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
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 Let's talk about that. I'm about to take it away from you.
Shit happens.
All right. So, you ready to roll into the news?
Let's go.
Yep. All All right, retired Villanova men's basketball coach Jay Wright leaves door open for possible move to the NBA.
Yeah.
Think he'd be a good NBA coach if he does decide to do that?
Yeah, I think so. I think you get college athletes to play and play well, and not even the highest level of recruits to come in and ball out and have success. So yeah, why not?
I'm just going to go ahead and call him Jay Wrong.
I like it, but
Okay.
I like it, but I don't. Like, I don't think I like that you came up with a nickname for it and it matches and it's awesome. But I actually don't think I don't think it would be. I actually think that he'd be not very many college coaches can make that transition, right? Or they do make the transition and it fails because their message isn't soaked in by a professional athlete or the professional athletes around them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Jay Wright would be a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, I think he'd be able to more than handle that, and he'd be able to get his message across, and they would respect him.
Yep.
So, the Heat were missing two of their starters, yet hardly missed a beat in Tuesday's 97-94 Game 5 win over the Atlanta Hawks to advance the second round of the NBA playoffs. I'm going to bring up a name. I don't know if you've heard it in a while.
Trae Young, sucking ass.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you got that one.
But
no. Victor Oladipo.
oh, okay.
Forgot all about him going down there.
The rapper.
Oh, he was hurt for a while.
What?
Yeah, he was hurt for a while.
He was for quite a while. And
yeah.
Up until this game, he had like 6 points in total throughout the whole series or something like that. I think he ended up with somewhere between 24 and 26 or something like that.
Good for him.
Yeah, not bad.
Why are you guys laughing at me?
By the way, they were missing Jimmy buckets in this game too. That
Got to
was one
sit
of
him for the next round, man.
Yeah, they're like, nah, you
Get
go ahead and
some
sit
rest.
this one out. We ain't worried about the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Victor whatever.
Go ahead and say it.
He tried to become Victor Oladipo.
There you go.
That's because I just said it.
He tried to become a rapper.
Did he?
I could have swore when he was on the Pacers, there was rap videos of him and stuff.
Everybody's doing rap music these days.
We're getting a little educated because I did not know that he was trying to be a rapper.
Yeah,
Right.
They call me Victor.
What? Jesus, Miles.
Victor Oladipo.
All right, you stick to factory life and a touch of podcasting.
I'm being serious.
I know. Morant's last-second layup gives the Grizzlies a 111-109 win over the T-Wolves and a 3-2 series lead. Did you see that play?
Yeah, I did. And T-Wolves, they can't close out a series.
No.
They can't close out a series to save their life. They were up by 5 with short time. They were tied. Sure. So it's Timberwolves.
The one thing I thought the other day, which is crazy, right? And I think you kind of go through the same thing that I do now with this. We're so busy. We run a sports podcast. How many times do you actually get to sit down and watch sports?
Not very often.
Right. I mean, we try to, obviously, but a lot of times it will either be highlights, we'll read stuff, we'll see stuff like that. Absolutely. I actually got to sit and watch this game for a little while. And actually for probably 3/4 of it. I did not get to see that live, the game winner. I did get to see them getting them just shit in the bed, like kind of falling apart. It was kind of a sloppy game. It was kind of a sloppy game on both sides until the very end, right? And Cat, the one thing before we get to Cat, I don't know if you've seen this little exchange between, I think it was Trevor Bain for Memphis and the Minnesota Timberwolves coach, who the Timberwolves coach was arguing a call or something like that, and then it was like during a dead ball. And Bain goes over and like kind of not pushes, but extends his arm and like kind of shoves him away a little bit. Yeah. Oh boy, the old boy kind of shoved him back too, like the head coach. It's like kind of goes like that. There's technical. It's a little chippy. One thing I want to say though is tired of hearing Anthony Towns cry about this, that, and the other. Like, dude, you're part of when it falls apart. You're part of the reason why it's falling apart. But then you blame it on something or somebody else instead of just owning whatever happened. I'm tired of hearing about
people that I know.
I'm tired of hearing about.
Place I work.
I'm tired of hearing about officiating. Like the officiating has has been in the past, is probably
Will continue to be
rough, and will always continue to be, right? It isn't always the referees. I'm going to tell you at the end of the day right now. They're not the ones that blow like a 10-point lead and shit like that. So
That's true.
McCall Bridges scores 31 points in a stellar all-around game, and Chris Paul added 22 and 11 to lead the top-seeded Suns to a 112-97 victory on Tuesday night to take a 3-2 series lead.
I don't know if Danny read the headline, but it said something about Chris Paul leading the Suns.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The point god?
The point god.
Yeah. You're with us in spirit always.
Yeah.
They need it.
Oh, yeah.
They
Definitely needed something.
They're limping.
You know who Chris Paul reminds me of?
Please enlighten us.
You ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
I've never watched
No.
that. No.
Oh, never mind then.
No, go ahead now. I'm sure there's somebody listening that.
So he reminds me of the little bald-headed one. Like, I don't know.
real
with the arrow
specific.
on. No, that's Airbender.
That's
I don't know.
Airbender. Looks like.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell
I
you're
have
talking
no
about.
idea.
Whatever. Way to ruin it.
Yeah, how did I ruin it? You don't even know how to explain it.
Well, that's what he looks like.
Okay, perfect. All right, for those of you listening.
The guy, the little bald
The
guy.
little bald guy? That's not Airbender on Dragon Ball Z?
Whatever.
Appreciate you.
You'd be better if you did watch it back in the day. I don't watch it now.
Sure you don't. Carolina Panthers GM Scott Fitterer informed Sam Darnold that there's a pretty good chance we could add a quarterback.
No shit.
Thank you for taking the words right out of my mouth. Duh.
Hey, with all due respect, if you go ahead and look at your numbers from last year, we're going to add a quarterback.
Even Sam Darnold, what did we just say during our interview, or at least I said, because I'm a big proponent to confidence. You lose your confidence, you're not going to be very good, right? So I want the utmost confidence all the time from every one of my players. And that includes the quarterback. But even Sam Darnold in his head would have to know that they would be, yeah, you want to believe you're still the starting quarterback, that you are starting quarterback material. But you'd be blind and an idiot and naive thinking that they weren't going to draft one or bring one in, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're not telling us world-breaking news. So I was going to ask you, what type of player are you into? Would you rather have the dude that goes out there and is quiet, kind of does his job, whatever? I'm not going to tell you whether he's spectacular or not. I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to let you know that. I'm just telling you this dude's nice and quiet, does his job. Or do you want the loudmouth who also does his job? I'm not going to tell you any details of anything else. I just want to know which one you'd want.
A loudmouth.
I want the Antonio Browns of the NFL on my team.
So why? I'm
Fire up the team. The team wants to play, if he's going to be a leader for the team needs to look up for him, have a reason to fight for him, and that's what it'd be for.
Sometimes they're a distraction, but other than that, they're leaders. They're vocal. They express what the offense or defense needs.
Let me give you my belief in this, and I'm with both you on this. I don't want him because it's personal, like 'cause I don't want that type of shit. Like, I don't want to hear it. It'd probably be relatively annoying. But if I'm doing a team, I want the loudmouth. I want the loudmouth because you're not a loudmouth if you're not good.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to back that up. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not going to see like. Jalen Ramsey isn't going to be out there jaw jacking if he wasn't one of the best in the league, right? Or any one of the receivers out there, saying that. I'm not saying that a quiet guy can't do it. What I'm saying though is like, do you want this guy? Fuck yeah, I do, because they keep talking about like Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
Right. I'm like, fuck yeah, I want that dude on my team. If he's talking like that now, I can't wait to actually see him on the pro football field.
Yeah.
Well,
because you have to back it up. You can't just be. You're not gonna just be loud. You have to back it up. So you're gonna have a different type of confidence.
Yeah.
You're saying all this
and swag,
and all it makes me think of is Dennis Rodman. Look what he did after they just let him do his own thing.
Just tore the league up? you mean?
Yeah, he did exactly what his job detailed. He did what they asked him to do.
Yeah,
and all he asked was stay the hell out of my life.
And he was arguably one of the best rebounders of all time.
Oh,
Probably was. The stats aren't going to show it when it comes to total numbers, but
I'm scared of Sauce Gardner, drafting him. It reminds me of, in a different position, but Mitch Trubisky. Everybody sexified him up, and he was a quarterback, so a little bit different, but in a weak conference. Sure, he hasn't allowed a touchdown, right, or whatever it is, but it sits in the back of my mind. If I'm a GM, it sits in the back of my mind knowing he played nobody for that long.
that still wouldn't steer me. Just because of that. Mitchell Trubisky wasn't a talker. You're not going to be a talker if you didn't believe it. So that's what I'm going by, and that actually gets to that, I guess, so you're actually on both sides of the fence. Right there.
I get the talking, whatever, but I'm just saying, Sauce Gardner in the back of my mind. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it. Him going as early as they see him going.
He'll be just fine. Bank on it. Bank on a big old bottle of 10 high.
Oh yeah.
Bet you, man. Yeah, he'll be a starter. He'll be a starter for many years.
Yeah, because he's gonna go to a shitty organization. He's gonna go like the
No,
Texans.
they'll still jump off even a shitty team will jump off of a dude if he ain't producing after the first year. You know. Falcons GM Terry Fontenot hopes to come out of draft with a quarterback.
Yeah, I think myself. Depends on it really depends on how sold you are on these quarterbacks. If I'm me, I like Matt Corral, right? Except there's some partying issues, but that was back in the day, so maybe you have to worry about that. And there's his injury, but I like him as a quarterback. I think he's a baller. And if I'm Carolina, I'd be like, If I'm not that sold on if Malik Willis isn't my guy, I would take somebody that with instant impact. And then in that second round, take a Corral or something like that. Gosh, who is it? Utah State quarterback. You got to realize how good of a season he's been having, or that he had last year. It's something insane. I'll have to see if I can pull it up.
That's
he's going to be a stud, I think, in the league. He had one of the highest completion percentages, I believe, one of the best targets downfield, or accuracy downfield.
okay.
But the Falcons, I get it, yeah. You need one. Marcus Mariota is not the answer.
Do you think
How do you not take one of those wide receivers? That's where I personally think they're going to go.
Wide receivers or offensive line or something, a foundation piece. Yeah, I'm with you. I would think receiver too. I'm with you on that. But one of those foundation pieces that before you get the quarterback, because there's plenty of offensive linemen. There's There's probably 4 legit, without even doing much homework, at least 4 legit offensive tackles in this draft that you could build. I mean, you could grab one of those guys right near in the first round, start building the strength and protect whatever quarterback you're going to eventually bring in, right, as your franchise quarterback.
Yep.
What about Malik Willis for them? If they get, I think he's going to Carolina. But what if he does get down there, and then you could have him sit behind one Marcus Mariota for a year? Miles over there nodding.
Yeah.
He'll go to the Seahawks before that.
The Seahawks are after them.
They'll trade up.
They'll trade up? You're calling it.
Somebody's going to trade up and get him.
I don't think he's going to get past Carolina. So whoever wants him would have to trade up past Carolina.
Yeah.
But Dodgers, Trevor Bauer files lawsuit versus the woman who accused him of sexual assault. Dead air. Dead air is no good air.
Yeah.
What do you got?
You got to wait, let it play out.
What
The sexual assault claim, really.
It's already done.
Filed, right? But that's it. Isn't that what you said?
No. He filed a lawsuit against the woman that accused him of sexual assault.
So he's got a defamation case.
So he's suing.
Yeah, suing her back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's such a touchy case.
Yeah.
It is so weird why they won't clear him yet.
Right.
And I don't know why.
But I don't know if they're just worried about the backlash from people and stuff like that.
Deshaun Watson just got millions of dollars, and this makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense why they keep
especially
pushing
when
this
he went through the court of law.
back. I'm wondering if he thinks if he sues and wins, if that'll release him from that sooner.
He should be released now.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I 100% agree.
Yeah, we agree.
I 100% agree.
He went through the court of law. He was proven innocent.
What I'm saying is I'm wondering if that's what he's thinking. If he sues for defamation of character, right, and wins, then in everybody else's eyes, it has to. I mean, I think he should already be cleared.
Because it isn't about money, obviously.
MLB could be still looking at his battery on a woman.
So,
I mean, it doesn't matter what you're into. I mean, he still left marks on the woman. I mean, that's the only reason. I'm not defending it either way. I'm just saying, maybe that's why they haven't released him.
yeah.
So now the MLB determines how you get down sexually.
Yeah.
They tried that with my boy from Barstool.
Well, yeah, that's cancel culture. They're constantly trying. They're constantly trying stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Everything's rolling with cancel culture.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I understand what you're saying, but that'd be a completely different slippery slope right there. You're gonna start digging into what I'm doing in the sack consensually. I don't know.
Well,
either way, I don't know what you're suing for, so I'm with you because it obviously wouldn't be for money.
Yeah, it's not money wise.
It's not money wise.
Probably
maybe
has
it's
more
like
money.
maybe it's like just to show like, hey, not only am I innocent, but I'm also willing to sue this person for. I got you.
What if she signed a non-disclosure?
That would have come out already.
That would have came out.
Oh.
That would have already been long taken care of and brought out.
I guarantee from here on out there'll be one anytime he wants to have sexual relations with a female.
Sports players just walk around with her in the back pocket.
Oh. Absolutely now.
No.
Yep. Or they're recording their response. One of the
Right.
two. Yes. You almost have to. Or hot sauce.
Hot sauce on a condom,
Hot
baby.
sauce and a condom.
You heard that Drake story, right?
No.
Go ahead,
Oh,
inform this
my
man.
God. So-
inform this man.
Drake had like a one night stand, right, with this girl. He used condom because he's being safe. Went in the bathroom to take it off. Well, he always carries around some hot sauce and he pours it into, the condom after he's finished. Must have not flushed it.
Thinking.
Right, thinking of exactly. So this girl goes in the bathroom. Right, thinking it would kill the sperm. This girl goes in the bathroom. She's screaming or whatever because she tries to impregnate herself. Right, and now hot sauce, and then was like trying to sue him because
She burnt her coochie.
she burnt. Yeah,
Is this real?
this is
That's
100% real, dude.
Yes.
100% real, dude.
Yeah. But then we look it up, too. So we're fully educate you now. Yeah. We look it up, and there's no definitive proof that hot sauce can kill sperm anyways.
But
What the fuck is wrong with people?
hold on. First off, maybe that's
If
a little
that-
weird for him to carry
hold on.
Cholula around. But
Hold
why
on.
is she trying to do that?
That is weird. Don't get me wrong. But isn't it ironic that the one person at this table that says what is wrong with people comes from Miles?
That is,
You know that the situation has to be fucked up then, right?
yeah.
You know
That
it
is
does.
You know
true.
what the worst part is? He probably carries the bottle of Cholula to make his dick look like this is my dick print.
What? Jesus.
No. She said he was.
And that's
no.
Miles.
She said he was like 7.5 inches.
Yeah.
Pulls out a 3.5-inch Cholula bottle.
Hey, we're very thankful for our man there, just bringing us average fellers right back into the game.
Yeah. What's up?
You know?
Cholula.
Millionaire, billionaire. UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou said he hopes to fight Tyson Fury in a crossover bout in 2023 and that there is a 70% chance his next opponent will be the British boxer.
Yeah.
Want to see that?
That
Yeah.
has to be
So
stand up, though, right?
Boxing.
Boxing, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I want to see that.
Mm-hmm. Other news, I don't know if you have it. Fighting-wise, Alexander Gustafsson is making his return.
I did not.
Yeah, light heavyweight here, July maybe.
Okay.
So.
I do have a little bit more, but it wasn't Gustafson.
Yeah, I just saw that come across
Okay.
today sometime. So
We will continue with some UFC then. John Jones willing to wait until September for potential Stipe fight.
He has to wait that long.
He does, but it's UFC. Well, they want it to happen in July, but they don't think Stipe would be ready. So then it'd be September, and John Jones says he's willing to wait until then for that.
Yeah, because he can smoke for another month.
maybe, whatever.
I think he dabbles in a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Right.
let him dabble.
He dabbles.
Yeah,
He's a dabbler.
he's a dabbler.
Probably
Whatever.
keep Cholula with him, too.
Well, his wife left him, so yeah, probably a good idea.
Speaking of which, do you have Jones beating Stipe if that happens?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I think the heavyweight, if he can make it out of the first, yeah.
But it's gonna be heavily making it out of the first.
Yeah, he got. That's I think when Steve Bates
So,
would be the
but-
most dangerous for him is adjusting to that heavyweight power.
But obviously, you're saying that he is going to make it out of the
I think he's
first.
got too much for Stipe. He's got better wrestling. Obviously, DC had good wrestling, took him down. John Jones has shown that he's had better wrestling and better takedown defense. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I think he's got more strikes to pour on him. Versatile. So yeah, I think he wins.
The UFC announces 8-man tournament across 4 men's weight classes to find new Asian talent. I know you want to say something.
I know. I'm not going to now.
I know you want to.
I was about to. Not.
They on to something.
You don't have to look that far. You don't have to look that far.
Need a little Asian persuasion.
We'll go ahead and move on. Asian
You
persuasion.
need a massage.
I think I just seen Deshaun Watson look in the window.
He's up. You say, oh, you said man. You said 8-man tournament. Okay. Jesus. HBO defends dramatization of Los Angeles Lakers in winning time. HBO on Tuesday instead issued a statement defending its series winning time, saying its dramatization is based on extensive factual research and reliable sourcing. I don't know if you remember me telling you Jerry West was filed a complaint or something like that and gave them so much time that they needed to take that out. Saying that basically that I wasn't a dick.
Right.
HBO saying you were, and there's plenty of evidence that you were a dick.
So shit out of luck.
Shit out of luck. They're sticking to their ground.
Yep. As they should.
Yeah, if you have it back and you believe it, you definitely don't roll back. Like,
Yeah.
bro, no. We tells the truth. Miles, you always tell the truth, right?
Sometimes I'm misinformed.
I love the answer.
Touche.
Titans running back Derrick Henry joins Nashville Soccer Club ownership group. Kind of seems like this is becoming like a thing. Like, not becoming, like it is a thing. Like, every sports star with any version of money is buying into
Some version of another sport.
buying into some version of another sport, and especially soccer. It's almost like it's cheap enough right now before what they believe the essential boom or the eventual boom will happen.
I think they're doing money laundering.
I just think you jump into the other market, that's not the United States. Overseas soccer is so popular that, I don't think it's one of the oldest sports that's been, here overseas wise, then and so popular. So, I see why people are jumping on to buying into it.
Piece of the pie, baby. Piece of the pie. A years old letter sent by Major League Baseball to the New York Yankees on Tuesday details illicit use of technology during the 2015 and 16 seasons that was relatively benign within the context of the sign-stealing scandals that occurred around the game at that same time.
So something better than trash cans.
Yeah. But
It worked. So,
but the warnings came out. So evidently, if you don't know, Rob Manfred knew about this. Evidently, it looks like he knew about the Yankees version of this. There's stuff going on. Doesn't do or say anything or no warning. Then the stuff with Houston comes out, and then warnings come out. That's what this letter is, and it's from Rob Manfred to the Yankees.
Well, we all know how that works, though. They're not gonna discipline their cash cow.
No, you are 100% correct.
Yep, for sure. Everybody's been cheating in baseball. I mean, let's get real.
Everybody does in every sport.
How hard? You know?
Do you think Bill Belichick was the first one to record someone else's shit? Like, I beat up on the Patriots and shit, and they get caught.
Right.
They're just really bad at getting caught.
Right.
Like,
you
work harder.
can't tell me that teams aren't, putting the air pressure in balls to what their quarterback likes. Come on.
Yeah.
You could tell me you're throwing a fastball. That don't give a shit. I'm still getting a strike.
You still got to catch it.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? You still have to have the bat speed to connect on that shit.
Right.
I think the
eye
pitcher should
contact,
just straight up tell, hey, I'm throwing a fastball right here. I mean, being sarcastic, but
but
what is the advantage? Is it a huge advantage?
It is a little bit.
It is.
It is a little bit. And don't get me wrong. I'm not trying
Pitch
to
recognition is a big thing, but
especially location of that said pitch. It doesn't matter if you know it's a fastball, but if it's up and in, and you know where it's gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Because it has been proven that it has ruined some Major League Baseball hopefuls that came up and pitched maybe pitched like one game. Yeah. Skyrocketed their ERA, and then they never touched a Major League Diamond again. Yeah. So it has hurt careers. Now, the mainstays, no, not at all. In fact, but I'm talking about those guys that were trying to, and they maybe finally got their touch. Because they had an article on it. There was a few of them. The Astros got a few of those guys like that. Yep. Grand jury on Tuesday indicted former Georgia linebacker Adam Anderson and charged him with raping a 21-year-old woman in a house in Athens, Georgia on October 29th. Anderson, who was once considered a potential first-round choice in this week's NFL draft, has an arraignment scheduled for June 13th.
Yep. He made
Good for that piece of shit.
He, pissed down NFL career.
Yeah.
How else can you say it? Athletes got to learn.
Yeah. Agree 1,000%. So, and that's what I have for news, for the actual news. Big time thing going on tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Miles?
NFL draft.
And first round draft. NFL draft, baby.
And guess who doesn't have any picks?
Well, you paid for something that you get to keep in your trophy case. That is well worth it.
I won't have one next year or the year after that.
No. In fact, I don't think you have a pick until like the third round or something like that.
Well, who cares?
I wouldn't. Seriously, if I had the Super Bowl trophy, I would not.
Yep.
Real quick, where are your boys going? No, we're not talking trading up, trading down.
Yeah.
But there is a report that is saying that they're heavily.
If Thibodeau falls, they'll jump for him.
Yep.
I've
seen that they're aggressively looking to trade up. That's on your own guy's page on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he does fall, which I don't think he'll fall out of the top 10 myself, I think edge rushers a big need in the NFL these days, especially how pass heavy they are. So he doesn't fall the top 10 for me. Where I'd hope, I love seeing Tyler Linderbaum fall, so that would be my pick. We do need help in the line.
Okay.
I'd like to see it.
Expect the 49ers to move up. Debo's getting moved tomorrow.
I'm actually tend to agree. That's on. That's also on your guys' site. That the Jets are looking like they are the heavy favorites to land him, and the number 10 pick is looking like that's the pick that would be going.
Yeah.
Well, worth it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously they tried to win for Hill, so I think if they're making a big move for sure.
No, I'm talking about. So that'd be equal trade both sides, right? No one would be a loser in that one, correct? Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because
Debo would be.
Well, yeah, Debo would be, but I mean between the teams themselves, like the Jets, the chance of you finding a player like that at the number 10 pick, they're so hit and miss, right? Anything can happen anytime. And the Niners getting a first round pick.
The Niners go wide receiver then if they just get rid of one.
No, they go for that Georgia lineman.
No, you go wide receiver.
They're going to pair someone up with Boza.
Nope.
No, I think you got to go.
You have to go wide receiver.
You can't bank on Ayuk.
They have another pick in the first round.
Right, but you get to get one of the top 2 or 3 wide receivers at that pick. You take that pick.
No, they're going to pair somebody with Boza.
I bet.
At 10, I don't think anybody's going to be there.
You can get that Georgia tackle that you're talking about. Yeah. You can get him at that pick later that you're talking about. At the 10 pick, you can get the top 2 or 3 receiver. Jordan Davis is going anywhere in mock drafts, anywhere between like 10 and like 25 or something anyway. So
I would like the Cowboys to get him too. I don't think he'll be there though.
No, he's a monster, and I love Jordan Davis. I actually think, especially that combine helps seal the deal for me with some of the other. You already knew he was a monster, but you thought he was only a hole plugger. Yeah. Now it looks like he could wreak some havoc on the offense or the pass rush side too. It would have to be wide receiver. I'm with you. It would have to, whether it be.
And on the sheer fact that you have nobody to throw to except for Kittle, Ayuk, who has shown flashes but not consistent.
And you don't really, I would
have to say third rounder Dante Pettis ended up getting cut.
I would say Jamison Williams, right about there.
Here's a wild one for you, just way out there. 49ers end up with A.J. Brown.
Okay.
I'm not throwing it out there saying it's going to happen, but just a wild.
Well, you trading Jimmy G
for A.J. Brown?
Maybe.
Straight up, that's it.
Straight up, that's it.
Saying if you're shitting on Tannehill for not taking you,
Jimmy G wouldn't.
I don't think that's not it. I was going to say that wouldn't happen. This is not happening. There is nothing to give up. I don't believe
there's going to be something wild tomorrow night, though.
That would be the Debo one.
Well, the Debo, but there's also going to be, like, first off, the Jaguars are on the clock right out of the gate, so they're going to do the dum-dum. Let's think about this for 1 second, and then we're going to move on. But I'm with you. There's going to be all kinds of crazy shit, because think about this. You have 2 Giants picks, 2 Jets picks, the Lions, and the goddamn Jaguars. How many did I just name? 4, 5, 6 picks in the top 10. That their franchises are traditionally trash and fuck something up, right? Yeah. So they're going to. There's no way you have that many picks and these guys aren't going to fuck something up.
Yeah, I could see Brandon Cooks getting traded. I could see.
I hope so for his sake.
I could see Texans holding on to that early draft pick, but then trading the other one away, or trading Cooks away and trying to gather more draft capital because their team's so bad.
What about this? What if they don't get Debo? Could you see the Jets going after Cooks then to try to hook up Zach Wilson with for like their 10th pick?
Wait, he's probably got.
I think that's kind of high, but
I was gonna say it's really high.
That's really high.
If you can get a kickback, maybe a second.
Yeah, maybe you get a second round pick.
Maybe
he's probably got a no trade clause though.
No. He's not.
All he did was get an extension to keep him up where everybody else is at.
He's one concussion away from not being able to play.
Absolutely, you're not wrong there.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch and see. That's where I hope Cowboys go. Linderbaum, I've seen him drop. I know we need potentially an edge rusher as well. So
I'm curious where we go. I'm kind of hoping that I don't think he's going to. I think he balled out at his pro day, which will elevate his stock back up. I was hoping that Stingley would fall to us.
Must be nice to think about day 1 picks.
You have a Super Bowl trophy.
You have a jackass. Super Bowl trophy.
Recent. It's been like, I don't even know the last time. 4 years ago?
You have a Super Bowl trophy. Shut up.
We're going to have 2.
Jesus. But either way.
3.
So that's what I was hoping for. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this pro day helped bring him back up into that top 10. What I mean is, like, without any trades. Like, as in Minnesota not trading up. Mine would have to be then...
You know, I've seen some rumblings of Evan Neal, like...
Falling? You see that?
Getting, like, Fs on physicals.
Yeah, evidently they wanted him to retake his medical, and he said, him and his people said no, and that he's good.
Yeah. I'm
more than good. There's nothing to look at here or whatever.
Yeah, there's another one, too.
Evidently he only missed one, so we're always looking for that, and finally there's this is small compared to what we see every other year. Usually there's like the Laramie Tunsil, the bong pick or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the murder thing where the dude was questioned, which you guys benefited from, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
And Lael Collins. But there's always something like this. This was much smaller, but I was waiting for that story to get leaked that would tumble a guy down. Evan Neal, I would take that. I would take another offensive lineman in a heartbeat if he falls down there. He should not be in the Minnesota's range by that point. But I'm still on the George Karlaftis. Or what's his name? Is it Josh Johnson? John Johnson? Whatever, from Florida State is making a rapid rise. They're saying top 10 pick. It's going to be a crazy night. Can't wait for it. Let's roll into my state law. We are... Okay. This may be, up to this point, one of the better ones from like that I've read. Like, this almost makes sense if you don't think about it. In Illinois, you may be convicted of a Class 4 felony offense, punishable by up to 3 years in state prison, for the crime of eavesdropping on your own conversation.
Prove it. Prove it.
What the hell? I don't know. It doesn't say recording device. I mean, that's the only thing. I'm like, what?
That's insane. And see, all these laws, somebody had to do it once for the law to get put in place.
But I don't even know what they did in this at. Like, what? To eavesdrop on your own conversation.
Right, just dry snitch on themselves.
Maybe have multi-personality.
Listening to your own conversation. So that means you were listening to someone recording?
Patricia.
Right. I love that.
Patricia was listening to me.
Who let you out?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, that's what I got there.
Miles. Dun, 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 dun. We need a story from you, buddy.
What? Our man Miles has our makes sense if you don't think about it.
He's got something.
Something over there brewing.
I got one from my younger days. So it started out as just a casual night of partying, and long and behold, one of our buddies gets home from prison that night. Just randomly shows up.
Oh.
And for some reason, he's got a lot of money, too. Like, you made 20 cents an hour really paid off, man.
A penny pincher.
So we're sitting there. It's like 10 o'clock maybe. It's getting kind of late. It's like, man, been locked up for a while. It's been a while since I've seen a woman. And then one of my buddies goes, let's go to the titty bar. And then so I'm looking around, and I'm like, well, I'm 18. I can go. Now look, you're 21, you're 22. Oh, shit, you're 17. We can't just ditch him like that. Well, look what I got here, my buddy says. And they're like, what is it? Well, I just got my driver's license renewed, and they didn't take my old one. So he goes, here, you can have my old driver's license, and I'll use my new one. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. And then I was like, I'm not driving up there. This is not going to work. And then my buddy's like, here, hit this. It'll work. So,
So what does he hit?
so we're hitting a blunt. We're passing.
Whoa. All right.
We're hitting a blunt. We're passing around. I'm like, this is going to work, man.
You convince themselves.
This is going to work.
Convinced all of a sudden.
So we drive the hour and a half to Lexington, Kentucky, and we go to Deja Vu. We were walking into this strip club, and the lights are really getting my attention. And I'm like, we get up to the door. Nobody's thinking. We have Steven, who has the new driver's license. Then we have the underage guy, who has Steven's old driver's license, right next to each other. Right next to each other in line. Steven hands him the license. The guy looks at it, looks at Steven. You're good. And here comes my other buddy. Gives him Steven's driver's license. Looks at him, looks at the driver's license. You're good. And I'm paranoid as shit. I'm like, no. They're going to let us get in here. We're going to get, things are about to get weird. So we walk into the strip club, and I'm all up in my head. Can't get out of it. I'm like, oh, shit, this is not going to be fun. So we get down to the table, and my buddy's like, Miles, what do you want to drink? It's like, I'll take a Red Bull. And I asked my other buddy, what do you want to drink? I'll take a water. All right, $42. For a Red Bull and water? Well, yeah, the stripper brings it to you and pours it in your glass. I'm like, oh, whatever. So, we're
High
sitting.
quality service, man.
So,
Yeah.
My buddy that just got out of prison, he's paying a shit ton on lap dances. Everybody's getting lap dances. He's making sure everybody's having a good time, and it's going really good. Well, as everything, it's got to come to an end. So, we're leaving. We never got in trouble, by the way. So I was paranoid all night for no reason.
Okay.
Imagine that. That's going to be a separate topic here coming up. But go ahead.
So we go out to the car, and I'm like, Steven, I can't drive, man. All our phones are dead, too.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
it's like, we got money for weed, but no cell phone charger, right? So, so we got to stop and get gas. So we pull up to the gas station, and Steven fills it up, and, I'm still kind of high. And I look back at my buddy, and he's like, man, you know what we should do? I was like, what? He's like, we should buy more weed. And I'm like, all right.
All right.
Like,
You put up a hell of a fight.
I'm like, where are you going to get this, though? You see those two guys standing over there? I do. He goes, that's where. I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. He leans out. Hey, you guys got any drugs for sale? Guy looks back. I've been waiting on somebody to ask me all night. I'm like, what the fuck is going on now? I'm like, wake up, Miles. Come to it. So the guy gets in the car, does his transaction, gets out.
Transaction.
I'm like, Steven.
Get a receipt
I'm
for
like-
this thing.
Yeah. Ching, better want the register. I'm like, so Steven gets back in the car. I'm like, Steven, we got to get the fuck home. It's like 4 a.m. now. So we get on the road, headed home. I pass out at some point in time. And Steven's like, Miles, you got to wake up. You got to wake up. I got lost. I'm like, what are you talking about? And before you go and Google this or anything, I shit you not, I've tried. There is no town in Kentucky called Hell that I am aware of. But when Steven woke me up, he's like, look at this, man. And I look up, and it's a green sign that says Hell. And right there at this sign, Steven's like, we got to switch seats. You got to drive. And I'm like, no, man, I can't. Well, I end up getting out. I'm scared. And so I get in the driver's seat, and I go to take off, and one of my buddies in the back finally wakes up, and I see him, and he's like, his eyes got real big, and he's like, hey, guys, you know what would make tonight even better? And I'm like, what, dude? He's like, if the guy that we bought weed from left his bag in here, it was like an eighth of weed. I'm like, wait a minute. Did you rob him? No, man. I fell asleep and I woke up and it was right here. He's like, you just left it.
What the hell?
So we're driving down the road a little bit more, and after being lost for it was supposed to be like an hour and a half drive. after driving, it's like 7 a.m. now.
Jesus.
We finally end up at a little gas station that we don't know where's at. So we go in there and we're like, hey, how far from so and so are we? Oh, you're about 15 miles. And oh my God, this night is finally over.
Words of wisdom, kids don't do drugs.
Hey, words of wisdom.
That reminds me, y'all remember all those DARE classes and stuff like that?
I want all that.
They're like, watch out. People will come up and try to give you drugs. Yeah, life tip. Ain't nobody fucking just walking around trying to give you drugs.
You wanna know something funny there? In 8th grade, I got to stand up and do a speech in front of my whole class about drugs because the cops selected me as the DARE member, and I got a medal and everything.
So let me educate you, my friend. There's a unincorporated community in Leslie County, Kentucky, by the name of Hell for Curtain, Kentucky, also known as Dry Hill. The community is 7 miles. Let's see, 7 miles. 7 miles north of the small town of Hyden.
News to me.
Well, now you know.
Now he knows.
Now you know. Hell for certain.
Hell for that. Wait.
And there's a sign here too. Would you like to see the sign?
Is it? Oh, I don't know, man.
That looks like.
If that,
Hold on.
looks like 15% off women's
Right there.
underwear.
No, that.
It just said hell.
Someone could have chopped the sign.
Well,
There has
yeah.
been this thing called vandalism.
Well, if it would have said for certain, I would have just stayed.
Regardless.
Gosh.
So we're gonna be wrapping her up here. We do still have tickets out there, ladies and gentlemen, that we are giving away to the May 21st MMA fights in Mason City, Iowa. 4 tickets. Hit our DMs up. Best story, and that is the emphasis on this part right here, because we've gotten quite a few messages that say just free tickets. Need a story. It doesn't have to be funny. Is what would be awesome, but we want that story that is either funny or no way that happened. Either way, for your chance to win, we're gonna announce, I do believe, maybe not, it won't be next Friday.
Okay.
Is that what we're talking?
Sometime before the fights.
Yeah. Well, we have someone that is leading the charge. We got one hell of a damn good one today, but does not mean that it's wrapped up.
Heck yeah, it was never wrapped up. That's how you got so many kids, right, Jimmer?
Yeah, goddamn right. Well, at this table alone, there's probably 10 kids.
Yeah,
you
have 8 of them.
Like the procreate. What's up?
Yeah, if you guys got 8, you got 2, I got none.
Liar.
Yeah. Well, make sure that you go up to Gentleman's Way in Garner, Iowa, and get your haircut. And once you do that, you can get into our raffle. And your next haircut could potentially be on 3 Gig Sports. If you're looking for a workout app to generate, create, and save workouts, download Fitbot onto your phone, and it'll do all of that for you. And use our code 3GIG to get 25% off.
At sign up, absolutely.
Some good stuff there.
We want any other words of wisdom there, Miles?
Oh, God, shut up. We would like to thank our guest, Tucker Kraft, for coming on. Great interview. We wish you good luck this year. Miles, of course, our step-in co-host. We enjoy having you on all the time.
Appreciate it.
You can't gag on your own spit.
Man,
Why are you not wearing any pants?
I think there's some actresses on RedTube would say otherwise.
Okay.
What's that?
We
I have no idea. I just hear people talk about it.
Jesus.
It must be a church thing.
I hear nothing.
I've seen it in church.
I've seen it. But yeah, and that's where we is. Anything else? Nothing else.
That's nothing else.
Okay. Just want to make sure. If I go and say, hey, we're ready. You're like, hey. Just want to make sure. So, for all our listeners out there,
You should always stroke it.
Jesus. For all our listeners out there, you can catch this podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. Spread the word. Comment, like, share, the whole works. You can catch us Spotify, Google, Apple, Facebook, and YouTube. And this is 3 Gig Sports. We out.